Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is a wild, crazy day today, and we have got a massive mountain of soap drama to unpack. Grab your coffee, maybe a stress ball, and let's dive right into the absolute chaos that just went down. So let's just start with the party. The big Logan launch celebration. We all knew it was coming, right? We have been watching Katie Logan and Bill Spencer push for this massive debut. They were rushing the Logan launch. They had Team Logan working around the clock, and Hope and Deke Sharp were finally getting their moment to shine. And honestly, I was kind of rooting for them. The youthful designs were apparently amazing. Katie was thrilled, and Bill was even doubling down on that big blue Hope diamond plot with Wyatt, just to make sure this launch was an epic smash that would totally blindside Forrester Creations. It was supposed to be a triumph. A total victory lap for Hope after all the garbage she dealt with at Forrester. But no, of course not. Because this is a soap opera, and we can never just have a nice party where people drink champagne and look at dresses. It has to turn into an absolute nightmare. And that brings us to Remy Price. You guys, I cannot even begin to explain how much this guy makes my skin crawl right now. I have been saying for weeks that Remy is bad news. We saw him glaring menacingly at Will and Elektra at the bikini bar. We saw him blackmailing his own cousin Melissa Dillon, and we knew he was obsessed with Deke. But I didn't think he would go this far. Remy, out of pure, unadulterated jealousy, decides he cannot stand seeing Deke succeed. He doesn't just want Deke's attention. He wants to drag Deke Sharp right back into the dark, messy, toxic past that Deke has been trying so incredibly hard to escape. Remy cannot handle the fact that Deke is leveling up in the fashion world and working with Hope. So what does he do? He sneaks around during the celebration of a new collection, and he literally slips drugs into Hope and Deke's drinks. Just brutal. I mean, what were the writers thinking bringing this classic, twisted soap trope back right at this exact moment? It's so dark. Remy literally poisons their drinks. And because Hope and Deke are just innocently celebrating their hard work, they drink it. They don't suspect a thing. They're just happy, probably talking about fabrics or runway walks or whatever, and then suddenly the room starts spinning. They fall into a complete stupor. They are totally incapacitated. And Remy, because he is an absolute psychopath, doesn't just leave them there to sleep it off. No, he goes full supervillain. He actually drags their unconscious bodies and stages them in bed together. Let's just pause and think about the sheer logistics of that for a second. Moving two dead-weight adults, arranging them in a bed, making it look like they just had this passionate, secret affair, is so deeply violating and creepy. Remy arranged them to look completely guilty. He manufactured a betrayal out of thin air just to ruin Deke's new life and drag him down. And honestly, it makes me sick to my stomach. But Remy's master plan wasn't just about making them look bad to the party guests. He had a very specific target in mind for this little stage play. So Remy pulls out his phone and sends an anonymous tip. And who does he send it to? Liam Spencer. Of course it's Liam. Because if there is one person who is guaranteed to fly off the handle and assume the absolute worst without asking a single logical question, it is Liam Spencer. Liam gets this anonymous message telling him exactly where to find his wife. Now, keep in mind, Liam has been Hope's biggest cheerleader lately. He was the one venting to Bill and Katie about what a nightmare Forrester was for Hope. He was the one pushing her to join Logan and get treated better. He was practically doing cartwheels when she signed that contract. But the second he gets a shady text from an unknown number, all that trust just evaporates. Liam rushes over to the location. He bursts through the door. And what does he see? He sees his wife, Hope, and Deke Sharp passed out in bed together. The visual is exactly what Remy wanted him to see. It looks terrible. It looks like the ultimate betrayal. But you guys, they are completely unconscious. They aren't moving, they aren't talking, they are literally in a drug-induced coma. A normal person might think, oh my God, are they breathing? Should I call an ambulance? But not Liam. Nope. Liam takes one look at the scene and his brain just snaps. He doesn't listen to a single word. Not that Hope and Deke could even explain themselves in that state. But as they start to wake up, groggy and confused, Liam just unleashes on them. He refuses to hear any explanations. He doesn't want to hear that they feel sick. He doesn't want to hear that they don't remember how they got there. He just sees red. And right there, on the spot, Liam demands a divorce. Just like that. Marriage over. Done. I mean, let's be real for a second. Liam's track record with loyalty isn't exactly spotless. But the speed at which he just threw his entire marriage in the trash without even a 5-minute investigation is staggering. He just pulled the plug. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Liam. Okay, finding your wife in bed with her lead designer is a massive shock. I get it. The optics are horrendous. But you've been with this woman for years. You know her character. You know she was just celebrating a career milestone. To immediately scream divorce and walk out while she is visibly drugged and confused, it's just classic, impulsive Liam, and it makes me want to throw my remote at the television. He played right into Remy's hands perfectly. Remy must have been watching from the shadows, just laughing his head off. But wait, because the fallout doesn't stop with the end of a marriage. Oh no, the ripple effects of this staged scandal are catastrophic. Because who else finds out about this? Dullar Bill Spencer. And let me tell you, Bill is not looking at this from a place of emotional heartbreak. Bill is looking at this from a PR perspective. Bill was furious just a few days ago when Brooke slapped Katie. He was already on edge, doubling down on his plots to make sure the Logan launch humiliated Forrester Creations. He poured money, resources, and his own massive ego into making Hope the face of Logan. And now his star designer is caught in a sordid, scandalous affair with her coworker on the night of their big debut. Bill completely loses his mind. The reputation of the Logan product line is instantly tarnished. All that buzz they were trying to build with the Hope Diamond, gone, replaced by cheap tabloid gossip. And Bill, being the ruthless corporate shark that he is, doesn't care about Hope's feelings. He doesn't care that Liam is his son, and this is a family tragedy. He only cares about the bottom line and the Spencer/Logan empire. So Bill coldly, ruthlessly fires Hope from the company, just kicks her out onto the street. And he doesn't just fire her. He strips her of all her design rights. Everything she worked on with Deke, all those youthful designs that Katie loved so much, Bill seizes them. He completely locks Hope out of her own creative work. I mean, think about how crazy this is. Just last week, Katie was practically begging Hope to sign with them. Katie swore will to secrecy. She fought with Steffy. She fought with Brooke, all to get Hope under the Logan roof. And in the span of one night, Bill just incinerates the entire contract and throws Hope out like yesterday's trash. It is so brutal. And honestly, where does this leave Hope? Look at the absolute devastation of her life right now. She lost everything in literally one night. She resigned from Forrester Creations because she was tired of being disrespected. She walked away from her legacy. She found out that Brooke miraculously got the Hope for the Future line back, but she chose to stick with Logan anyway because she believed in the new vision. She put all her eggs in the Logan basket. And now, she has no job at Forrester. She is fired from Logan. She has no design rights to her own work. And her husband just demanded a divorce. She is at absolute rock bottom. She has nothing. Zero. All because Remy Price couldn't handle his own jealousy. And of course, we cannot talk about Hope's downfall without talking about the person who is going to enjoy this the most. Steffy Forrester Finnegan. You guys know Steffy has been waiting for a moment like this. Steffy was already furious. She was interrogating Katie. She was barging into the Logan offices trying to peek at their designs, and she was fuming over Brooke trying to steal her co-CEO spot. Steffy literally hated the idea of Hope finding success outside of Forrester. She even rejected Fanny Grayson's perfume pitch just to spite the whole situation. So when Steffy hears the news about the scandal, oh, you better believe she takes full advantage of it. Steffy doesn't offer sympathy. She doesn't care that her brother's former love is suffering. Steffy swoops in like a hawk. She marches right up to Ridge, and she uses this massive, embarrassing scandal as the ultimate ammunition. Steffy demands that Ridge permanently shut down the rival product line. She argues that the Logan brand is now toxic, that Hope is a liability, and that Forrester Creations needs to crush them right now while they are weak. And honestly, Ridge is probably going to listen to her. Ridge has been smack-talking Logan alongside Brooke for weeks, convinced that Katie's fashion house was going to circle the drain. Now Steffy is handing him the perfect excuse to just obliterate the competition and officially kill off any lingering thoughts of hope for the future. Steffy gets her ultimate victory, and she didn't even have to lift a finger to do it. Remy did all the dirty work for her. The smugness radiating off Steffy in these upcoming scenes is going to be off the charts. I can already feel it. So what happens next? Who is going to uncover the truth? Because right now, Remy is getting away with the perfect crime. Will Deke remember anything from that night? Will he realize the drinks tasted funny? And what about Melissa Dillon? She knows how sinister her cousin Remy can be. Is she going to put the pieces together and realize he was behind this? Or is she going to stay quiet because Remy is blackmailing her? And Brooke, oh my God, Brooke is going to absolutely lose her mind when she finds out Bill fired her daughter and Liam dumped her. The Logan family is going to explode into a million pieces. This is just top-tier, messy, chaotic soap drama, and I am here for it. Even if it hurts to watch Hope lose literally everything she has ever worked for. I really need to know what you guys think about all of this. Is Liam ever going to forgive himself when he finds out the truth? Is Bill going to face any consequences for stealing Hope's designs? Let me know your thoughts down below, because my brain is just spinning from all this drama. I need a nap, but I will be right back here covering every single second of this fallout.